Section 8.1, example 4, graphing an ellipse centered at the origin from an equation not in standard form. Graph the ellipse given by the equation 4x squared plus 25x squared equals 100. Rewrite the equation in standard form, then identify and label the center vertices, covertices, and foci. All right, starting off with that equation, let's rewrite it. This is not in standard form, so let's get it to standard form. Plus 25 equals 100. All right, so standard form, x minus h squared over either a or b squared plus y minus k squared over a or b squared equals 1. So the main thing I want to focus on is this right here, equals 1. This is equals 100, which is nice, but it's not what we need. Gotta write this part. Much better. Okay, so from here, let's get this equal to 1, and hopefully it simplifies itself out. Otherwise, we have just a tiny bit more work that we have to do. So get this equal to 1 by dividing by 100 on both sides. When you do to one side, you also do to the other. And let's separate it so you see exactly what's going on. 4x squared over 100 plus 25y squared also over 100 is equal to 100 over 100. All right, here the 4 and 100 divide out, leaving us a 25 in the denominator. The 25 and 100 divide out with just a 4 in the denominator. These two completely divide out to give us 1. Let's rewrite it, and hopefully we have something that's a little bit easier to work with. X squared over 25 looks good so far. Y squared over 4, even better, and equal to 1. All right, so we are in the proper form to start graphing it and identifying everything that we need. So let's get started. Or not, let's get started, let's continue. So from here, let's start graphing. And I'd say we don't have to go that tall. But we do kind of have to go a little wide. All right, they wanted us to find the center. The center, the vertices. Co-vertices. And lastly, the foci. Okay, starting off with the center, we don't have anything directly next to our variables, so that tells us that the center is going to be 0, 0. And now vertices. Vertices come off of our major axis. The larger of these two is going to be the 25, so x is going to be our major axis. So from the center, in the x direction, we go out 5 units. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This gives us a point -5, 0. Same thing on the other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This gives us a point 5, 0. So those are our two vertices so far. So -5, 0. +5, 0. Next is going to be our co-vertices coming off of our y direction. So the square root of 4 is 2. So we're going out 2 units in the y direction. 1, 2, and down 1, 2. So this gives us a point 0, 2, and 0, -2. 0, -2, 0, 2. And lastly, our foci. So the foci we need to figure out what C is before we could actually figure out that foci. So for C, we know that C is equal to the square root of A squared minus B squared. A squared being coming off of our major axis. So coming off of our major axis is at 25. And again, this is already A squared. So what we could do if you really want to is do 5 squared and write 5 squared in here. Just a little bit less work if you just take those as is. So 25 minus B squared, which is 4. And there we go. So square root of 21. 21 doesn't simplify at all, so we would just leave that as is. Now just for us, let's figure out what the square root of 21 is. So about 4.6. So kind of drawing out 4.6 off of our major axis. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.6 is going to be somewhere right here. And same thing over here. 4.6 is going to be somewhere right here. Let's draw our ellipse. All right, not perfect, but a little pretty. Here, from 0, we subtracted root 21 units. So this is negative root 21 comma 0. And again, from our origin, we went out. Oh, that's why it looks a little funny. It should be coming off of here. Much better. So over here, we added in the X direction root 21 units. So this is going to be adding root 21 comma 0. So that's what our foci are. Negative root 21 comma 0 and positive root 21 comma 0. There we go. So our solution is a combination of all of this. So all of this that we added, all of this, putting it in standard form. C kind of, but that was just some of the work that we needed in order to do it. But that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Otherwise, bye.